Yo, what's going on? Chavo Guerrero Jr. here, giving a big shout out to Wrestling Rehab. Keep watching, keep listening, and viva la raza.
Órale. Órale. Solo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junk out there. And my boy Pablo should be jumping on here. Let me make sure. I went ahead and sent it to him. All right. So he should be jumping on here any second. But let's go ahead and let's talk about the Survivor Series, right? Happened over the weekend. CM Punk is supposed to be kicking off Monday Night Raw tonight. We'll see what all that is about. All right. So let's go ahead and let's break down Survivor Series. Now, I came on and I said, I'm not really that excited for the Survivor Series this year, but I'm going to tell you guys this. I thought it was a damn good show. I really enjoyed it. Every single match I thought was pretty good. Every single match. Even with the match that I really didn't have much interest in, which was LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura, I was still interested in that. Let me go ahead and tag in my tag team partner from the LA Times, one Mr. Pablo.
Yay. What's up?
What's going on?
Oh, chilling, man. What's happening?
Just about to break down War Games here, man.
Right on, man.
So let's get into it in no really particular order, and let's get into it. Pablo, we have a brand new United States champion. Shinsuke Nakamura gets the 1-2-3 over LA Knight. Your thoughts on your new United States champion, Pablo?
Well, I know you're ecstatic, bro, because I know you're the biggest Shinsuke fan. Oh man. Kodak Black, man. Hey, man, just like I called it, bro. I called every match like I always do correct. Yeah, man. I was amazed. I was amazed, bro. I didn't think they would do this. I didn't think they would pull the trigger and have LA Knight drop the belt. I don't see. I'm left pondering, bro. What's the long-term game plan? Because people aren't really into Shinsuke. You know what I mean? They're not really into him. Like, what's the game plan? That's my question. I don't get it. LA Knight had a big following, and it had a lot of potential wars he could have been in. But I guess we're going to be stuck with this one for a while.
Well, after the match, I was watching with my sons, right? And after the match, I was like, okay, is it possible that maybe they're setting up LA Knight to win the Royal Rumble or win the Elimination Chamber? Now, it's not set in stone that winning the Elimination Chamber gives you a title shot. Not yet, but it seems like that's where it's headed. Like the Royal Rumble winner gets a shot at the title. He gets to choose what title they want to go after. Right. And it seems like the winner of the Elimination Chamber goes after the other strap. But is it possible that maybe they're setting them up to win the Royal Rumble?
I don't think so, bro. I mean, dude, that would be a good storyline, but I think there's too much. There's too many people flying because whoever wins the Royal Rumble, it's a setup for WrestleMania. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't think LA Knight, I think he's a big superstar, but is he a grade A superstar to carry the company? that's going to go up there and headline with so many people at the top, like a Seth Rollins, like a, you know, even man, he's not. I don't think he's even as big as Damian Priest. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't think so, but you never know, man. I mean, stranger thing has happened. Shinsuke became champion, bro.
Yeah, and I mean, he became United States champion, and I think that's it for that belt. I think LA Knight could be on the verge to getting a main run. You
I
know,
hope so. I hope so.
yeah, yeah. I mean, look, he's not young, so if you're gonna do it now, right?
I
And
agree, man. I would like to see him battle with Gunther, bro. That would be classic war.
that would be cool because LA Knight was actually bigger before. They've kind of drowned him out a little bit.
Exactly.
You know, so if they could build him back up and he could get hot again, and yeah, he could go after a main title run if he wins Royal Rumble or the Elimination Chamber. What's up, Esa Benny? But yeah, hey man, there you guys have it. You guys have a new United States champion in Shinsuke Nakamura, and he is going to bury that belt. He is going to bury it. Nobody's going to care. There's not going to be any good storyline with Shinsuke Nakamura. He has his new look, his new music, and it's going to be dead. I think it's already dead, but within another week, nobody's going to give a rat's ass, Pablo. So,
yeah. Unless they do something amazing, man. Maybe sometimes they've done stuff like this. There's been times when they put up the Australian wrestlers or the British wrestlers when they were going to do a lot of overseas competition. Shinsuke was a legend in Japan. So maybe we have some Japan cards coming. Maybe that's the angle, but I just don't know. I can't call it like an alcoholic.
Shout outs to the land of the rising sun, but Shinsuke Nakamura just isn't it. Pablo, we had a triple threat match. Braun Breaker, Ludwig Kaiser, and Sheamus going in there for the most prestigious title of them all. Yes, to me personally, the Intercontinental Championship. Pablo, this was a fun match.
Yep.
I really enjoyed the heck out of this match, man.
Yes, bro. This to me was the funnest match. It was wow. I mean, we talked about it before, bro, that it was going to be. This was pretty cool, bro.
Did anybody stand out? Did anybody put a better show, or who put the better show out of all these three guys?
Well, I thought Ludwig did okay, bro. I thought he did pretty good, man. And his facial expressions, not only that, is moving the crowd, to hate him. But also Braun Breaker, man. I mean, let's face it, Sheamus is always going to do good. He could carry a match. He's kind of like a Sami Zayn. He's not an A superstar, but he could carry a match. But for me, Braun Breaker, bro. That's just my opinion. He got beat up a lot, but at the end he came back and came over, and the people started barking. Man, that's my choice. What about you?
I'm still kind of slapping myself on the forehead that he says Sheamus is like a Sami Zayn.
No, in the sense where he could go in there with anyone and make a good match. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Sami Zayn can't always make a good match, but I get you, Pablo. That's a discussion for another day, man. Look, I would say this. I think Kaiser, they're building them, and I think they're building them pretty decent. I'm not sure if people really care that much about him yet, but they care about him more than ever. And
yeah,
he's still not complete. I wouldn't say he's completely over yet because he's not, but he's starting to get there. I was surprised, Pablo, how people were really behind Sheamus in this. There was a freaking 2 3/4 count that the fans were really behind Sheamus before Kaiser pulled the referee out of the ring. And I was like, wow, I thought if Sheamus would have won, especially over Braun Breaker, people would be a little upset. But no, they were really behind him of winning the strap, man.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. People want to see those old guys get one last run because sometimes WWE's known to put the NXT guys or other people up too quick that we forget the old guys. And the people are paying homage to Sheamus, man, because he's been there forever with some battles. And I think the people were saying in the audience, hey, we want this guy to get one more shot before we put him out to the pasture, take him behind the barn.
Well, if they're gonna give him one more shot, Survivor Series wasn't it? Because we
Yeah,
still have Braun Breaker.
that should be.
I thought it was the right move. I could see either one of these guys potentially being Intercontinental Champion down the line, maybe even Kaiser. When I would say when you're ready for Braun Breaker to move up and get one of the main straps.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no. I think that guy's going to the top. Ludwig, I look forward one day to seeing that when him and Gunther break up. That's going to be cool. That's going to be cool. Besides that, I ain't too invested. I am invested a little bit in the storyline. Rumor is that Gunther could go a little bit face. So let's see.
I could see that. I could. Braun Breaker, he's red hot. He's not really a face. He's not really a heel. He's just somewhere in the middle. And he's blowing up, and he's blowing up pretty fast. And he will be main champion sometime next year. I've been calling that. So, nice. Speaking of Gunther, he had a title defense against the former El Campeón in Damian Priest. Pablo, I didn't really care too much about this match. I thought Damian Priest had kind of lost some steam. I was just kind of like, whatever, man. I don't really care. I was really entertained in this match. And at one point, I kind of got lost in the story, and I was really rooting for Damian Priest. And then I had to tell myself, like, okay, wait a second. Damian Priest is not going to win this match,
Yeah.
But I was really rooting for Damian Priest, Pablo. I'll say.
Yeah, no, I wasn't rooting for him, man. But he has grown on a lot of people. Gunther, man, he's not going to lose to a Damian. That's, a lot of people said this whole Survivor Series was just a filler, bro. That supposedly, I heard today that there's talk that they made this card not super on purpose. That doesn't even make sense to me. Like, they didn't want to make it too super, because they got so many big cards coming up, so the other ones shine. I was like, really? WrestleMania was talking about that, I believe. I was like, what? That doesn't even make sense. Why are they going to put down their cards, like not make them super, and I guess, whatever. But, yeah, man, this match I thought was pretty good. And we talked about the Judgment Day getting involved, and boy, they're really bleeding this Judgment Day feud for everything it's got. It's getting a little old right now with him and forget what's his name, man. Jumped in. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And that
Balor.
That is what I had asked you, Paul, in the pre-show that we did.
Right.
I had asked you, is the Judgment Day going to get involved? And if they do, how much longer are they going to stretch this out? Like, gosh darn it, man. I mean, it's he can be connected to the storyline, for the rest of his career.
I know, dude. It's probably going to go all the way to WrestleMania, dude. Probably. Jeez.
Good gosh, man. So,
and just think about this. He hasn't even feuded with the full Judgment Day yet. There's still other ones after Balor. He could start feuding with Carlito, or this could go on forever, bro.
Oh, that'd be terrible, man. Right? Yeah. So Finn Balor comes out at it's kind of a weird thing because while they're on the top turnbuckle, Damian Priest shoves Gunther down, and at the same time, Damian Priest falls out of the ring. And while the referee is distracted, Finn Balor hits the coup de grace from the top steps onto him. And, I wonder if now this throws Gunther in a program, possibly with the three of them, because Gunther did land a big boot on Finn Balor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I was kind of thinking.
So it's not like they're homies or anything. So there's got to be something there.
Yeah, that's the same exact thing I was thinking. You know, yeah.
I would think that's probably the way to make it interesting. And it's like, whoa, Damian Priest, you get your rematch, right? But it's going to be in a triple threat match. So now it's Damian Priest, Finn Balor, and Gunther going at it, say like at, Saturday night's main event or something like that. I think that's pretty interesting, but still, there's no way they're going to take the strap off Gunther.
Right. And they should do it. If they're going to do that, they should do that soon. No one wants this thing to drag on. Nobody cares about Finn Balor and Damian's feud, bro. Man. I don't know about Judgment Day. It seems like they might be getting to the point where they're like the old NWO when they started adding everybody into it. It's kind of like getting old, you know? Right?
Yeah, man. All right. Well, let's move on to the meat on the bone, the 2 war game matches. We'll start with the female, that's the one that started off the night. We had Naomi, Bailey, Bianca Belair, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley on one side going up against Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, and Tiffany Stratton in the War Games match. Pablo, how did you enjoy this match?
I thought it was okay, man. I was looking for a little bit better match, but it was okay. I thought, there were some funny spots, like with the toilet seat on Nia, and Nia got a lot of heat for this match, man. That she was lazy and just walking around and whatever. Man, I thought she did okay, man. I think sometimes we're a little hard on them, but this match overall, if I had to rate it out of 10, I'd probably give it a 7, 6. And it's not the best one, but I really enjoyed it. I liked the spots with Rhea and Liv. Those were pretty cool. I like seeing Raquel get beat up a couple times. It was okay, man. And what about Io Sky, man? Come on, what can you say about that girl? Jeez. Great.
Yeah, I know. Well, look, if anybody's being hard about it, as Benny says, Pablo's going to join the Judgment Day. Watch Pablo Morgan.
That's great.
Man. Look, if anybody's giving Nia Jax heat, she started the match.
Right, and that's where people saying it was a mistake, that she shouldn't have started, that it came off too slow. I thought she did fine, bro.
I thought she did fine as well. I was a little surprised that she did start the match. I would have left her second to last. Obviously, Liv Morgan has to be last, but I would say second to last, you send her in, not for her to start the match, but oh well. Look, Io Sky, she's all that and a bag of chips in the ring. My goodness, man. She puts the trash can on and she does a backflip. And at the same time, Tiffy time, she does the most picture-perfect swanton bomb from the top of the cage simultaneously.
Yeah.
It was just, I've said this before, Pablo, okay? And if I get heat, so what? Nobody executes a swanton bomb as picture perfect as Tiffy time. She didn't come up with it. All right. She's not the OG of the move. But when you just talk about the most picture perfect execution of that move, gosh, man, she's on point.
Yeah, and unfortunately she got kind of overshined, in the press. But yeah, because of the trash can and all that, But yeah, I agree with you, bro. Tiffy is the future as long as the backstage politics don't get into it, man. The sky's the limit for her, bro.
Yeah, they did the whole, she had the briefcase there hiding in the trash can. She pulls it out. Both champions are down. It's like, okay, is she going to cash it in? Who's she going to cash it in on? Raquel Rodriguez, she's handcuffed. there was a lot of cool things on here, but I mean, I'm starting to get weary of Tiffy Time bringing out the briefcase and then not happening. Like,
Yep.
look, I'm over it. If she's not going to cash in, stop bringing it out.
Yeah.
Like it's happening all the time now, Pablo.
I know, and that's people are just so sick of it, man. Not only that, but because we've all seen that it seems like they've been burying her a little bit, and then all these little hints, and making her look so scared and so scared and so scared. And dude, like she has the thing in her hand, like she's all, oh, what do I do? What do I? She had the suitcase in her hand, and both champs are laid out. What do I do? What do I do? Just pin them. You know,
Yeah.
like, why are you sitting there for 20 seconds? What do I do? What do I do? You know, it's like, come on, dude. Don't insult our intelligence. You get that over in Essa Benny, but not us. Right, Benny?
So Real Ripley connects with a riptide from the top turnbuckle onto a table,
Jeez.
pinning Liv Morgan. Pablo, did the right team win here in your eyes?
Yeah. And let me tell you why, because Liv Morgan, man, is flying high right now. She's hot in the eyes of the fans. She's growing. And I think Rhea has lost a little steam, and I think she needed to get it back. And I think her being out with that injury and her being in this match just shows, man, that you know, she's still a force. Even though we know she is, like, she's still a force. She still could do it. She still could go. And she's still, her voice is in the mix. Because look at her. Her being out caused her not to be in that match where she could have got the ring over in, where was it? Dubai or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that could have been Rhea. But because of her injury, she missed out. So she probably came back a little prematurely and had to wear that thing on her face. But I thought it was pretty neat, man. And I think the right team did win.
Yeah, hearing you explain it, I was like, at first going into it, I'm like, no, the heels have to win. But now it's kind of like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it does make sense that the faces did win. And yeah, Rhea Ripley has lost a little bit of steam. Mommy has. Um, I don't think she's as red hot as she once was. She's still over, don't get me wrong, but
Yes.
I don't think she's as red hot as she once was. I'm just, some of these things, I'm getting a little tired of it. I'm getting a little tired of Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. I'm getting a little tired of, you know, just Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Just getting a little tired of it. Like, okay, let's start moving on. You know, let's start going somewhere else. But now that Rhea Ripley pinned Liv Morgan, we're gonna see that again at some point. And all right, is that gonna be the last time? I don't mind seeing it again. I'm starting to get a little weary, but I'm not completely over it yet. But let the next time be the last time, and let's move on.
Yeah, I think it's going to go all the way to Mania, bro. I think
Yeah.
it's going to go to Mania. But, hey, as long as the Judgment Day feud with Damian Priest doesn't go on no more, we need that to end, bro. And
Yeah.
all you guys in WWE, I know you hear this, and I know you're stealing our stuff. And you know how I know that? Because Seth Rollins wasn't in the match. God, hey, I was in and out of the house all through the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
He didn't show up nowhere, right?
I did not see him at all. I did not see him at
So
all.
awesome.
That's a Benny saying that you're part of the Judgment Day, so Domador calls the shots for you, Holmes. All right. So yeah, the Faces won on that. And by the way, the Faces won, well, you know, the so-called Faces won in the men's war game match. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Sami Zayn took on Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Bronson Reed in the War Games match. Pablo, your thoughts?
Okay, I got a little bit of thoughts here. I know when CM Punk came out, he's like the odd man out. He's like the fifth wheel, you know. But
Right.
him coming out, and I know that spot where he came out and he pushed Bronson Reed's face through the cage. Like that was impromptu. That wasn't part of the the storylines. He just did it, and it was a good call. It made it be a little bit more heat. The fight itself was pretty good. Roman Reigns coming in over the fence, I thought that was cool. The fight, and I'm going to say this, man. I haven't been a Bronson Reed fan at all. Zero. But I do think that Bronson Reed is a good fit for Solo's team. I hope he stays there, but I doubt it. But I hope he stays there because he fits there. And I think being part of that team will make him grow a little more. I don't know. I would like to hear what you think about that later. But ultimately, it was a good match. It was kind of like stuff you kind of expected, though. I guess we didn't expect Jacob Fatu to get hurt. And I know there were some real injuries in there. Like I think Jimmy Uso broke his toe. Bronson Reed got hurt for reals. And it was a pretty good fight. The ending I didn't like so much when they all teamed up on Solo. That was just a little too much. I seen that coming. But nonetheless, the Tribal Chief gets the win. And I don't know how after this fight they say that, but Solo Sikoa still got the Ula Fala. I don't get it. I don't get that. They should have walked out the ring, got the Ula Fala, put it on Roman Reigns' head, because the Ula Fala wasn't the side of the ring. They could have went and got it, and they could have crowned him, put it back on him. How does he do it? I guess the only way for Roman to win the Ula Fala back is, I guess, it's to beat Solo one-on-one. I don't know, according to Samoan rules. So, yeah, but overall, it was a good match. It was better than the women's, I think.
Yeah, it was a good match. Jacob Fatu, your boy, he put on quite a show, man. I'll give him that. I thought he was probably the best one in there, doing the stuff that he did, except for the point when he got injured.
Yeah.
He didn't land this somersault. He landed, right when he got to the top turnbuckle, jumping up there, something happened. And, big ups to him, because he stood down for a little bit, but he still got up and he still did a few things in the match. So, and you can see him limping around. So, big ups to him for keeping it going. Yeah, the ending to me, like, now you guys are all teaming up on Solo, and it's like, okay, so what did this match do? What did this match accomplish? Like, my family beat your family, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, there was nothing at stake. And
right,
now as CM Punk is gonna open up Monday Night Raw, I'm hoping to hear what the favor was, right? Because after the match, I was like, ooh, wow. I didn't think they were going to win, Pablo. I thought they were going to lose. Yeah. And now that they won, they're all, like buddies, and even CM Punk and Roman Reigns shake hands and stuff. And it's like, okay, great match. You guys put in work on all of them on one side of the ring, and then you guys had Solo left on the other side of the ring, right? And you guys just pummel them down. You get the victory. All right. Isn't that now time for you to get, as Benny says, the chili necklace?
Right. You would think so, right? You would think so.
Yeah,
and we should have got the hint. If you're a Rocky fan, Sylvester Stallone fan, when he asked for the favor, that was just Rocky. Remember, after this, you owe me a favor. Remember?
Right.
And so we should have caught it. That should have been a hint who's going to win, but we didn't catch it. But yeah, man, it was for me. You're 100% right, because what did this do? And it better be something, because if there's no big payoff to why CM Punk was in this match, what was the whole point? There better be a good payoff. I'm sure he wants a match with Roman at some point. I'm sure that has to be the.
But what would the match be for, though? Like, what beef do they really have? Do they really have major beef like that? Like, okay, your favor, because it's Paul Heyman that owes CM Punk a favor, and the favor is get me a Roman Reigns match. Like for
Right.
what? Like what's the big story behind it?
I know there is, other than making money. That's it. Other than making money, there is no point. In other words, or who's going to keep the wise man, or something. Because remember, after SmackDown, when Roman and CM Punk were sitting together, he's all, "Yes, I'm doing this for our wise man." You know what I mean? Like he called CM Punk called Paul our wise man, not just Roman's his. So something's brewing, man. Let's see what happens.
Well, what do you think the favor is? Is it CM Punk getting a title shot? Does the favor have anything to do that affects Roman?
Has to be something that affects Roman. Either
Okay.
that or Paul's going to join up with CM Punk. And then we're going to see drama, but behind who does Paul belong to? We've seen that before.
Yeah, because if the favor is just give me a title shot, that really has nothing to do with Roman, doesn't affect them. So that's a little bit boring. It's like, all right. So I'm trying to think what would affect Roman. Now, if it is the wise man saying goodbye to Roman Reigns, I mean, I guess, but I don't really find that sexy enough where I'm like, ooh, wow, like that's not that big of an effect. But I don't know. Is it to you?
Or the biggest thing for the wise man to do is either join up with Solo and The Rock, or somehow they use this to get the wise man off of Roman, and eventually he ends up with Braun Breaker. They asked Braun Breaker about that the other day, if because there's a lot of rumblings that he's going to end up with Braun one day. So let's see what happens. Like maybe this is a way to get the wise man off and eventually slide him over to Braun Breaker. I think if they put the wise man with Braun Breaker, that would be pretty neat, man. That would build him up to new heights, I believe.
Okay, I was just thinking about this as Monday Night Raw starting. I was just thinking about this, Pablo. When do we hear what the favor is? Do we hear tonight? Because I'm starting to think this. Roman Reigns has main evented WrestleMania for I don't know how many years. What if the favor is that the wise man has to negotiate that CM Punk gets a main event at WrestleMania over Roman Reigns, right?
Ooh.
And that would because there's been rumors for a few months now that they're planning a big match for CM Punk at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because his whole thing was coming back that he wanted to main event a Mania, and last year he got hurt. So yeah, man, to put him in there somewhere, I maybe a triple threat with The Rock. I don't know, man, but
gosh,
yeah. I just hope it's not with Seth Rollins. Is all I'm saying. I know you don't like those triple threats, neither do I. But I'm just trying to think, where could they go with this if The Rock's going to be there, But then we got Cena coming. We don't know who Cena's going to be beefing with, and that could be because CM Punk did ask for Cena too. So maybe Paul's going to help him set a match with Cena for WrestleMania.
Okay, look, I love triple threat matches when they're called for, but some matches just need to be one-on-one. For example, The Rock versus Roman, that needs to be one-on-one. It would be awful to have that in a triple threat match.
Amen.
No matter who you throw in there, you could throw Cody Rhodes, you could pick any star. You could throw in John Cena. Doesn't matter who
in his prime. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You ruin that match. That match needs to be one-on-one, not a triple threat. So Pablo, let me just go ahead and ask you: when do we find out what the favor is?
I think we get a big hint tonight,
but we don't find out though.
They're gonna put this on till SmackDown. See how Roman reacts, bro. Triple H don't give us nothing the first day, bro. Yeah.
Okay. There's no chance that they just hold on to it till next year.
Ooh, could be. Could be. Yeah. No. There's a big chance. There's a big chance. But I mean, man, it's hot right now, dude. We got us talking about it. I think everybody else is wondering. So let's dude, give it to us now. If not within a few days, dude. Beyond SmackDown, I'm gonna lose interest.
Well, I mean, they could trade like a Money in the Bank, right? It's like, oh, was that the favor? No, that was not the favor. You'll know when it's the favor. They could treat it like a Money in the Bank, like, oh, so is that the favor? No, it's not. You'll know when it's the favor, and they could just keep that going all the way, say, to like WrestleMania, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't expect. I don't expect CM Punk to be there every week where they have to be teasing the favor.
Yeah, I agree, man. Yep.
So, all right, Pablo. Well, Monday Night Raw is starting, and they just finished reviewing Survivor Series, and CM Punk is supposed to start it. I don't think we're gonna hear what the favor is. I think they're gonna hold off to it. I think they are, man. I think they're really gonna hold on, and we're not gonna find out until, say, a little before WrestleMania or something.
Or maybe Saturday Night Main Event or something, man. Saturday Night Main Event, man, is sounding pretty cool right now. I don't know why. Something seems special about it, but we'll see.
Oh, the nostalgia, man.
It's back. If you remember Saturday Night's Main Event back in the day, it was like Hillbilly Jim, Uncle Elmer gets married. There was all kinds of weird stuff going on there. And supposedly there's a rumor that Big E's announcing his retirement tonight. So we'll see.
That Big E, wow, yeah. I mean, what is it, 10 years or something that they need to celebrate? Yeah.
So let's see. Supposedly that's a rumor, and either that or they're swerving us.
All right. Well, CM Punk is making his way down to the ring, so we're gonna get out of here and watch Monday Night Raw. That is Pablo from the LA Times, Cholo Trucker, Wrestling Rehab. Shout out to all the junkies. Catch you guys on next one.
And I hope that